Well, welcome back. If you are ready to refinance, renovate, or buy your next home, this segment is for you. Consider mother-daughter duo Jamie and Jason Abbott with Abbott Mortgage Group as your loan guides, they like to say. Welcome back, ladies.
Oh, thanks for having us.
I love this. They have launched this Mortgage Minute questions where they're asking you, our viewers, to ask the questions. And we have our first entries in today, so we're going to jump right into it. Yes, the first question, at what point in the process should I contact a mortgage professional? What do I need to have in advance?
Well, we're always going to tell you to call earlier rather than later because knowledge is power and education is free. When you're thinking about what can you expect on that phone call, we're going to ask questions about your credit, about your income, about what your short-term and your long-term goals are for the house. Maybe you're moving in 3 years. Maybe you want to be here for the next 10 years. So all of those things kind of depend.
That helps you prepare for that phone call.
Yeah.
I love that you say that it's free knowledge, right?
Yeah.
Our second question here is from Zach Williams. He asked, what is the single biggest factor that causes a loan to get delayed or denied late in the process? And how can I prevent that from happening?
Well, that is kind of a loaded question because each mortgage is tailored to you and your goals, like I said. Now, when we start this process with you, we're going to ask for a lot of things up front because time is your biggest commodity. So we're going to ask for documents like your W-2s, some of your tax returns, all sorts of different things depending on the program that you're with. And we do that so that we can take them in, look them over, and if there's any sort of obstacle, we'll find a way to overcome it or we will pivot.
The important thing is when you're talking to your mortgage lender, you are telling them everything. Don't hide anything. Lay it all out on the table because most obstacles can be worked through. But the sooner you do that, the better it is for the process. Nobody wants anything to come and be bad at the end of the process. So be transparent, be honest. Your professional mortgage lender is going to know how to work through those obstacles. And then you're going to avoid any problems that come up at the end.
And I will say, we'll also find out the problems. Like, we will figure it out. We will see it, and then we will have to address it. So it's better to do all of those things up front as well.
All at once. Yeah. Good advice, ladies.
Transparency is key.
Yes.
And communication. Please ask questions.
Yes, I agree with all that. All right, our third question here is from Nick Drury. He asked, if the 30-year fixed isn't directly correlated to the Fed funds rate, what else causes mortgage rates to move and what could cause them to fall? Good question.
That is a great question, and thank you, Nick, for that question. Because there's oftentimes a lot of confusion on the Fed fund rate and the mortgage rate. Mortgage rates are long-term rates, so they're generally going to follow the 10-year Treasury because that is a longer bond program that works with mortgage-backed securities, in line with mortgage-backed securities. So we've seen some movement with the Fed fund rate lately, and you immediately hear rates are falling, and to some degree that's really helpful. That's helpful on your short-term things like your car loans and your credit cards. But your long-term loans, like a mortgage, which typically lasts about 10 years, is going to fall closer to watching the 10-year Treasury. They're going to have that yield there, and then there's a mortgage yield in addition to it. So follow that. The other thing is follow the inflation numbers. Inflation is what steals dollars from your wallet. So as inflation goes up, mortgage rates are going to go up. As inflation goes down, mortgage rates generally follow that suit too. Unemployment numbers are a big part of that too. So there's several factors that go into it, but my best advice is follow the Treasury, the 10-year Treasury, and that's going to give you indicators of what's to come in mortgage rates.
Yeah, and rate is a huge topic when we do talk about mortgages, but I would like to say that if you're ready to buy a home, you're ready to buy a home. How many times are you looking at the interest rate when you're going to purchase a car?
True.
Things you can control with your rate: pay your bills on time, keep your credit score high, save money for down payment, and keep your debt and your income in line. Those are the factors that you can control about your interest rate.
Yeah.
Wonderful knowledge. Thank you guys so much for sharing with us. And if you have questions at home, you can reach out and ask. Just scan this QR code and visit abbottmortgagegroup.com to get started and get informed today.